Well, I finally hit 1 million views. Pretty awesome. Anyway, so last week I picked this 10 million candle power lamp up for $10 at the local thrift store. It actually seems kind of dim and kind of too big compared to like my homemade one. Even though the battery's going dead and so it's flickering. The battery that came in this lamp, I think it's at 0.01 volts. So let's go try to charge that, see how it does. Yeah, it's at 0.4 of a millivolts. Even when I turn on my power supply set at 0, it jumps up to 31 millivolts. So I say let's bring up the power. It's slowly raising in conductivity. Actually pretty fast. I'll set the amps at 1 so the voltage will go back down. The voltage will go down, and then once it reaches its point where it's charging faster than it's increasing in conductivity, it'll keep going back up. So the grass in my yard is starting to get pretty tall. It's starting to grow nicely. That means I'm going to be starting to mow it. But I need to do a little bit of maintenance on my mower. The oil is still from like 2005. It's almost 10 years old, maybe even 10 years old. I have no idea how long it's been in there. So I say it's about time we change the oil. So I believe this is the oil outlet. I put it up on these ramps so the oil would drain faster, but on second thought, maybe it was designed to drain when it was level. So let's just push it forward. Still, I don't know how I'm going to catch that. I might put like a tube going out to a drain pipe or something. Blah. I just say I'll just take out that thing and see what happens, and I'll put a pot underneath there to catch any oil, if it goes down there. Oh, that's not too bad. It's variable. Looks like the oil's about done. And guess what my mom found on the side of the road? 1960s or 1970s bicycle. So the fender was rubbing. My mom's going to test it out now. We removed the fender, and the wheels are on their last leg. But for $15, it wasn't a bad deal. So
it's still a little wonky.
Yeah. But it seems to be going pretty smoothly.
Oh yeah, just probably fix the seat.
The seat seems a little bit rough.
And this is not quite straight.
Fenders are never straight.
I mean the wheel.
Oh.
Wheels.
Okie dokie, so I'm going to close that up. I have to say, now I respect my great-grandfather even more for putting that fitting on there. Of course, I respect him a lot anyway. That's why I'm going through so much trouble of using my lawnmower, or using his lawnmower. Let's see how thick this stuff is. Oh my. That should not be that thick, I don't think. That's some well-used oil. Very well used. It should be at least a little bit. I mean, yeah, it's like a paste. We'll burn that or something like that. But now, let's fill up the oil and see if that helps. Might be a good idea to take the bricks out of it. I was doing that to help it drain. And it is done. Unfortunately, I put a little bit too much oil in it at first, so I had to bleed that out. But that was probably a good idea to purge all the junk out of the engine. So now we got some more oil to do stuff with. Now we need to attach the lawnmower deck. I was going to patch it up, but I'll do that some other time. Well, I think I got pretty much all of it done. All maintenance and ready for this year's mowing. Unfortunately, over the winter, one piece has gone missing. This little, where this wire is right there, in between those two pieces, there used to be a spring there that would help to tension the blade mechanism. I just put a piece of wire in there and it works for now. See, when I put, it's engaged right now, and when I disengage it, it works okay, but I don't know for sure how long that little piece of wire will last. Other than that, though, I think it's ready to mow. Just need to put it back together and take it for a spin. Oh, and I need to air up the tires. That might help. Yeah, these are the original tires that came with it in like the late 70s. You can see they say Sears on there. At least the back ones are the original. The front ones have gone out. Okay, so you guys might remember, and if you don't, I'll fill you in on the gaps. About a couple weeks after I first got this thing running last year, the electrical system just died, where the keys and everything wouldn't work. I had to put my own starter switch on there. It was like a big panel from an electric organ. It was a power switch. And then that stopped working for some reason. And so then I just resorted to shorting out the terminals to start it. And the front light never worked or whatever. And I spent days, weeks even, working on this thing. I could not figure out what the fucking problem was. And I just now figured it out. Okay, so we have the key right here. We try to turn it on and start it. Nothing happens. I go through, everything's connected up, everything. All of the wires check out fine with the multimeter. The light doesn't turn on. Of course, I don't actually have the right headlight in here. I just have another one hooked up with jumpers, but it should work. And I discovered what it was. The whole issue that I've been running around here recently, actually in the past year, that's not fucking recently, has been this. It's a fucking switch. It's worn out, so you have to press this up. It's way back inside here. So, I mean, this is so frustrating. But it's nice that I have it, pretty much all of the issues fixed with it. And hey, my mom just jumped in the car and ran out and is going to get me a new headlight. It's just one of those like 60-cent ones. So that was very nice. And when she gets back and I install the headlight in there, I'm gonna have a full lawnmower. Awesome. I mean, yeah. But man, it's just a stupid little switch. I might add a little spring to hold that back. Or hey, what if instead of going with an average incandescent bulb that would replace it? Because after all, that is like 1950s technology. LEDs. And this uses about 1/5 of the power and gives about like 4 or 5 times the light. So I wonder. This is a little 10-watt LED running in series with a 10-ohm resistor. This is the same one that I used to light up my shed a long time ago when I was experimenting with an off-grid shed. Which I don't mean I'm like finished experimenting with off-grid. It's just I've decided that I'm going to get better solar panels and stuff before I start that up again. But this works really good because it was already set up for 12 volts. I have to say I'm extremely happy with that. I got that one about medium height. So it's been over 24 hours, it's the next day, and this battery is stopping at 2.4 volts. It's junk. So it's kind of well established now, if you've been watching my channel, that I have a lot of random bits and bobs and some pretty obscure stuff that some of you haven't even knew existed. So let's have a guessing game. Tell me in the comments, what is this and what is it from? I found it in the woods a long time ago. Tell me.